Bonjour, Annie. It's Andréa, and today I'm coming to you again with another children's story. Today's story is called Trudy's Healing Stone, and it's been written by Trudy Spiller. This is a beautiful, beautiful story. Trudy is a part of the Gippsland Nation in British Columbia. My apologies if I did not pronounce that correctly. She belongs to the Wolf Clan, and her traditional name means a frog that is always leaning and giving. This is a great story because I love sharing any stories or teachings on stones and rock medicine, and this story talks about that. So here we go. I'm going to try and open up the book big enough so all my friends can see the pages, and I still need to be able to look at the words. This book has been dedicated to Trudy's son, Vincent Edward Erickson, and it's been adapted for younger audiences. Trudy wrote a book called Trudy's Rock Story, and this is a 4 to 6 year old's version of her original story. So here we go. Trudy's Healing Stone. When you feel angry, sad, or blue, here's something simple that you can do. Go outside and look all around for a stone that's lying on the ground. When you're feeling sad or blue, that's a good idea. Go outside and take a look around for a stone. Has anybody ever done that before? Looked for a rock or a stone outside? Find a stone that's nice and round, a special one that wants to be found. Oh, I like that part. One that wants to be found. And we know that our plants and our rocks, all of creation, speak to us. So we're going to pick one that wants to come with us, right? Tell your sadness or your anger to the stone, and you will start to feel less alone. Do you see? Quaisans is talking to the rock. And one we say a sin. So she's telling it all of her feelings. Carry the stone with you everywhere and speak to it often of your cares. Tell it all of your cares. There, she's talking to her stone, and she's bringing it with her everywhere she goes. She even took it into bed. Well, that's okay too. Look, she's telling it something. When at last you have a lighter heart, it's time for you and the stone to part. Do you remember the way she looked when she first found the stone? Well, look at her face now. She's smiling, and she's ready to give it back. Return the stone to where it was from and thank it sincerely for all that it's done. Oh, that's a good point. She returned it back where she got it. And she said, miigwech. She said, thank you. Mother Earth is always there for you, so honor her gifts in all that you do. Now we see big moose in the background, and we see the nebe, we see the tick, we see all the trees, we see all the land, and we know to say thank you to Mother Earth for all that she gives us, all that creation gives us. The end. And here Trudy has shared with us some Gippsland words and how to say them. My apologies again. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I'm trying. For grandmother, in Trudy's language, it's tisistits, and for passing on stories from generation to generation, you say anti ema asu. And for soapberries, it's is. Now, if anybody knows how to properly pronounce that, you can share that with me. I would really appreciate that. And these are great illustrations too. This I didn't share who drew the pictures, but this was drawn by Jessica von Inerbner. I hope I said that at the beginning. If I didn't, I apologize. Look at those drawings. Oh, thank you, Trudy. This is a great story. I enjoyed this story. This story means a lot to me because I love rocks and stones. And when I was little, I loved picking up rocks and finding really special ones that spoke to me. And my teaching is that rocks carry medicine. And the same way that we feel a connection to a rock, the rock also feels a connection to us. And that's why you only take one that wants to go with you. And just like in the story says, stones carry medicine. And it's really good to release whatever you're feeling, because the rock has that special gift to take your troubles, take your worries. It has healing in it, so it can help you to feel better. My teaching, just like in the story, is that when you know that the rock has shared its medicine with you, it's always a good idea to give it back and return it. For First Nations people, the teaching is that everything is cyclical. And what I mean by that is there's a big circle. And when we are finished with something, we share it and we pass it on so that it can be gifted and other people in our community can benefit from the gifts that are in those good medicines, like plant medicines, rock medicines, or animals. Everything that we have is to be shared and not just for one alone. So that's really great teaching here in the story, is to give our rocks back. And a great activity you can do if you have an outdoor space like a backyard or somewhere close by where you can go outside. I know it's difficult during these times, but if you're able to find a rock, find a stone, and do what Trudy did, talk to it, tell it what you're feeling, and maybe even tell it a story and hold on to that rock and feel that good medicine. And when you're finished with it, give it back, because I bet there's another friend out there that would love to feel a great attachment to this rock as well and feel a connection to it and pick it up next time and tell it its stories and get that good medicine too. So that's today's story, Trudy's Healing Stone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Andréa. Bamapi.